So during the American colonial period naman, no, hanggang ano to, post-war republic. So after din siguro the Japanese Inquisition, yung paintings, mga panahon yun ay there's still inclination towards still life, portrait and genre, wherein ang focus pa din yung ano, parang yung mga photos, no, na alam natin yan. Kung ano yung mga nangyayari, kaganapan sa mga buhay ng mga pangkaraniwang tao. Bawal to kay Fabian de la Rosa, a naturalist painting, ibig sabihin, he is painting a natural setting. Another example is Fernando Morsolo, which focuses on romantic paintings. It was in 1909 that UP School of Fine Arts was opened, no, by Americans. Fabian de la Rosa, okay, is a naturalist painter, gaya na banggit ko kanina. So, depiction of realistic objects in a natural setting. So, it tries to portray the actual experience, actual scenes using subdued and cool colors. Not necessarily, well, yes, the scene may be the same, pero meron siya sariling style. Calmness yung pinapresent nito. He was also the first dean of UP School of Fine Arts. Then we have Fernando Monsolo, no, which was the first national artist for the arts, no, painting, to be precise, is romantic paintings yung kanyang focus, wherein bursting with yellow, orange, and golden sunlight. Kung makikita nyo naman, no, buhay na buhay yung larawan, striking yung larawan. Makikita mo yan, expressiveness, positivity sa kanyang mga painting, in which idealized rural life of working men and women, yung kanyang primary subjects, no, and was able to show the ideal beauty of Philippine landscape, rural life, and even the Filipinas. Okay. Filipinas. Ito yung mga paborito niya ring subject rather of painting. Kababaihan sa Pilipinas. In terms of performance art, we have the vaudeville, adapted from vaudeville from France. It became popular in the 1920s until dumating yung mga Hapon. A motley collection of slapstick, song, dances, acrobatics, comedic skits, chorus girl, stand-up comic acts, no, which died away soon. So parang yung film na live theater. Okay, live theater. Pero nawala ito dahil nga nagkaroon ng film. Okay? The introduction of film to the masses, how do you call this, na napalitan, no? Nawala yung paggamit ng mga vaudeville sa Pilipinas. And lumipat yung atensyon ng mga tao sa paggawa ng pelikula. In terms of architecture naman, characterized by grandeur, no, of scale, so malaking mga buildings ito, simplicity of geometric forms compared sa Baroque style ng mga Spanish, Greek or Doric, primarily Doric style, Roman detail, dramatic use of columns, and a preference for blank walls. So wala masyadong design yung mga walls ng building sila, pero makikita mo na ginagamit nila yung Doric design typically sa kanilang mga columns. May column yung bawat malalaking building, and it mainly focuses on simplistic geometric forms. Pero pag tinignan mo ito from an outside view, may wangis to ng Roman architecture. So in terms of sculpture, Guillermo Tolentino, a national artist, no, is a Morsolo's counterpart in terms naman sa sculpture. He sculpted or created the Oblation found in UP Diliman and Bonifacio Monument sa Balintawak, if I'm not mistaken. So, questions for you to ponder. What were the changes brought about by American colonization? How are they different from the religious forms of Spanish colonial period? Which, we'll try to answer pag nag-meet tayo next week. In terms of modern art, this was the late 50s, hanggang 90s siguro, the best time frame para tignan ang modern art. Philippine art in the modern era has evolved in a wide variety of expressions and medium, turning the country into a situation of creative upheavals. Modern Filipino artists have more freedom to explore on his own. using their art forms, they were showing their love for the country and the evolving culture that we are having ngayong or nung mga panahong malaya na tayo, okay? Malaya na tayo. Their style is from cross-cultural exposures from the East and Western countries, yet they have not forgotten their Filipino roots. So, one example is Victorio Edades, in which modern art movement profoundly influenced him from his art studies in the US. So, ito yung ginawa niya, The Builders, which showed distorted figures of toiling workers using dull colors. Take note, there's a shift in the treatment of form of subject matter. They tend to be more imaginative when it comes to their artworks, no? Lalo tong panahon na to. While yes, there's still a sense of realism, may pinanggagalingan na tunay na karanasan, pero yung way nila para i-portray ito is about expressing and exuding more emotions, mas matapay emotions sa mga taong tumitingin. Then we also have Botong Francisco's mural, no? Isa sa widely most popular mural artist, no? The Philippine struggles through history. Ito yung nasa, if I'm not mistaken, sa Maynila din. Liwasang Bonifacio. Ito yung inalagaan, no? Ni-renovate ulit ng sorry, parang iba yata yung binabanggit ko. So, but what's clear is it's a mural created by Botong Francisco. Ano? Kung alam niyo yung yung kung saan ito makikita, just pag-usapan natin, no? Pag-usapan natin additional details sa mga ito sa ating sync class. Okay? Yeah. But ito pala yung tinutukoy ko na ni-renovate recently. Okay? Metropolitan Theater. Nung incumbent mayor ng Metro Manila. Ng Manila. Okay? Nabubuksan ulit para sa publiko. Kasi isa to sa mga kino-consider nitong Metropolitan Theater modern architectural pride natin mga Pilipino. Kaya buti na lang at inayos ito. And we have the Transfiguration by Napoleon Abueva. Then we also have Neorealism, art that expose true social conditions, shapes, and colors of daily life. No? Trying to portray the actual experiences, typically gusto ipakita yung negative side of the experiences that we often take for granted. No? Paghihirap na manggagawa, pollution, pollution, no? Dahil sa rather tumataas o bumibigat na pollution, okay? Problema sa pollution, and ito pwedeng relate sa kapitalismo at nararanasan ng mapangkaraniwang mamayan. Then we have abstraction, in which generally consists of simplified forms, avoided mimetic or exact copy representation, emphasized relationships of line, color, space, or flatness of canvas rather than three-dimensionality. So, pag abstraction, not necessarily abstract na alam natin, okay? Abstraction meaning simplifying yung imagery, no? Yung experience, yung object. Para ito, yung kay Arturo Luz na street musicians, he's trying he had created a simplified versions of that particular image, no? Using select geometric forms. Then we have Roberto Chabet. Roberto Chabet is a flux artist, widely known as the father of Philippine conceptual art or installation art. Okay, movement that prizes ideas over the formal or visual components of artworks. His scandalous artwork displayed in CCP helped artworks not only to be confined in museums. So, even sa Cultural Center of the Philippines, ginamit niya yun as venue to present his installation arts, na dapat hindi malimit yung ating pagiging artist sa kung ano lamang yung alam natin na definition ng art. Okay? Yung nowadays, no, napakadami ng installation arts. Siguro maganda example din is yung ginawa ng UP, no? Can't remember the name. Wait lang. So upon checking, no, yung pangalan ng tinutukoy ko is the Barricada as a 50th anniversary celebration, no, UP Diliman of the um, Marcos end of Marcos regime. So yung barricada is an installation art. So Chabit and even Albano were at the forefront of promoting this kind of artwork. So these two individuals opened up non-white cube sites for art exhibitions and performance spaces. Nabukas sila ng iba't ibang lugar sa Kalakhang, Maynila primarily na maging lugar para freely express uh, their artwork or masterpiece. So Albano initiated projects termed developmental art, which use sand, junk, iron, non-art materials such as rocks, lumber, into as a means to create an artwork. Exhibitions should be alive, not church-like, quite high in festive ambience. No, the idea is it should be alive, no? Regardless kung saan to ilagay, anong pwede mong gamitin. Ganun, walang limitasyon dapat yung paggawa ng artwork. Then we also have social realism, which emerged during the intense political ferment of 1970s and 80s. Protest art that exposed the socio-political issues and struggles of the times. Alam natin kung anong panahon ito, anong rehimen ito. With the conscious with its regard for the oppressed and underrepresented masses. Binibigyan na ng boses yung mga taong nawala, okay, yung mga taong walang boses, at hindi nabibigyan ng boses. And dyan nagtatapos yung ating discussion of the modern art. So, take note, yung modern art na ito ay nagtapos ng 90s kasi some social scientists would consider or even artists would consider that the late 90s and the early hanggang ngayon is post-modern era na or contemporary era na. So, with that, thank you.